Hey guys, it's Lily Blossom. Welcome back to my channel. Before we start, make sure to thumbs up the video and subscribe down below to my channel to keep updated. Alright, so in today's video, I'm going to be doing I want to call it like my anime story video. So like how I got into anime, what was my first anime that I watched, and all of that. So, yeah. So I first started getting into anime, it was in third grade. Yeah, it was in third grade, and I remember I was at this after school program, and there was this older kid who I think he was in fifth grade or sixth grade or something like that. I think it was probably like fifth grade, and he was like we were talking, we were all friends, and we were in this group, and he's like, oh, like, do you watch anime? And I'm like, no, what is that? And he's like, what? You don't watch anime? And I'm like, no, should I be? And he's like, yeah, it's awesome. And I'm just like, okay. And I mean, this was an older kid, so I was like, okay, like this older kid is talking to me. Like, you know, when you're little and like an older kid talks to you and stuff like that, you're like, oh man, like I need to listen to what this person's saying. Like, I need to be cool. I need to know this older kid. So I was like, okay, yeah. So he's like, yeah, I watch it on Cartoon Network. I watch Naruto. And I'm like, Naruto? And he's like, have you heard of it? And I'm like, yeah, I think I've seen it a couple of times. Like, does he have like blonde hair or something? And like, he's like a ninja. And he's like, yeah, yeah. He's like, um, it comes on like at night on Cartoon Network. He's like, you need to watch it. So I'm like, okay, I'll go watch it. And he's like, because this was an after school program. So he's like, next time this after school program starts, you need to tell me what episode you watched and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, like he's like dead serious about me watching this anime stuff. So I went home and I watched like an episode of Naruto, and I remember like my first episode that I watched was Naruto, and it was like I think it was the tuning exams when Gaara was there and Sasuke and Sakura, and they were in that forest, and Anko Sensei was like I think one of the proctors. So that was like the first episode that I watched, and yeah, I still remember it to this day, and a junior in I'm a junior in college. So yeah, I remember I told him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's like such a good episode." Da da da. And he's like, "You can watch anime on your computer," and he's like, "You can watch from the beginning." And I'm like, "Okay." And at that point, I was already kind of hooked because it was not even low key. It was lit, okay? Like the anime was lit. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that. And so that's basically how I started to get into anime, from that one older kid telling me that I need to go watch anime. And so Naruto was my first anime that I ever watched, and like it just stopped, and I'm just like, oh my god, that's my childhood right there. Like, now Naruto's older and I'm watching Boruto, and I'm just like, it's so nostalgic because I mean, who would have thought like in third grade I would start watching Naruto and he'd be with me like all these years. I have a Naruto poster. I changed it. Actually, it used to be over here. If you see some of my um, old videos, I don't know if I'm gonna post those or not because they're kind of but I put it on this wall. But I have a Naruto poster in my room and everything like that. So that's basically my anime story and how I started watching anime. I remember I'll tell you guys the first few animes that I started watching after Naruto, because I was at that point where I was so addicted to Naruto that I had binged watched, and I was literally waiting for episodes to come. Yeah, like waiting for episodes to come because I had binge watched so much that I was already like with everybody else waiting for these episodes to come. So while I was like waiting and stuff like that, I would watch other animes. So I remember another anime that I watched was Peach Girl. That is such a cute anime. I love that anime. I watched Death Note, and now they're doing something on Netflix. Let's not even get into that. Well, if you want to, you can like tell me your thoughts down below in the comment section about that, like live action. I guess that's what it's called, like that live action rendition of Death Note. So that was another first anime that I watched. Another one was Shuffle. Yeah, I watched Shuffle, but this was like a few years later. I don't know. I watched Rumbling Hearts. That one is so sad. It made me cry. That one made me cry. And a few other ones. While I was watching Naruto, I, looked into it and I saw like Bleach was another popular anime with Naruto and One Piece. I was never really able to get into those anime, but if you guys like love them down below, tell me why you really like them. Is it just because they were like one of your first animes? Is it, tell me why you kind of like it, and I'll try to see if I can get into it again. I watched like about 20 episodes of Bleach and I just couldn't get into it. Tell me, is it like, I'm gonna be nerding myself out right now, but is it kind of like Twilight, where like I read the books and at first they weren't really good and then you kind of had to like dive in and then they started being good? Is that kind of what it is? So yeah, I know Twilight is a thing. Like, some people don't like it, some people like it. I loved Twilight. I still love Twilight. So don't be hating on me, okay, guys? Don't be hating. But yeah, so let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below and some other videos that you guys want to see. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. And hey, before we go, click that subscribe button. Like it for me, okay? All right, bye.